sneak peek. As in sneak peek for all the horrors that await us in this video, or a sneak peek for what? Because I feel like it's kind of a sneak peek of what the subreddit is going to be like, but they couldn't have known that. And I am not sure what they were thinking, and I'm not sure I want to know what they're thinking, because I really don't know how anyone could think, hey, let's go outside, have you shirtless, and we're gonna pose this picture. That's a good idea, let's do it. What was going on through your heads? Hello BabyQueers, and welcome back to my channel. Once again, I'm not sure if we've done this subreddit before. I feel like we have. You know? But I don't know, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe it's better if I forgot I did, you know? Either way, we're doing some facepalm memes because why not put ourselves through that, you know? Either way, before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink. Personally, don't ask how late it is, entirely too late for me to be drinking coffee probably, even though I don't feel caffeine, but I still feel like it's a bad idea, you know? But I made boba with coffee because why not, you know? And if you're hydrated, we're gonna continue with the memes. Are you set? Good. Let's go. Does this look like an appropriate father-son interaction to you? Parents, make sure your children understand that you love them so they don't grow up to be John Cardillo. Okay, first of all, yeah, depending on the culture you grew up in, showing physical affection in general might vary, but why wouldn't this be appropriate? They're not doing anything inappropriate, they're just half embracing and giving each other, or the father's giving the son a kiss on the cheek. Why would you look at this and be like, no, but is this inappropriate? Is this too gay for a father and son to do? What was your thought? I'm not sure I want to know. Once again, I don't think I want to know what the thought process was, but why wouldn't it be? Showing affection to your son? No. No way. Apparently. Do you just have a really bad relationship with your parents and want to project and be like, no, but if I wouldn't want my parents to do that because we're not that close, I don't want anyone to have a close relationship with their parents? Is that what was going through your head? What lack of basic gun laws does to a nation. American gun laws are such a joke. My schizophrenic mom brought a gun home last night and shot me this morning. I'm chilling. I'm lucky. Don't worry about my health. Change your stance on gun laws and vote differently. I do think it's kind of laughable what y'all call gun control laws or gun laws, because what now? Literally any random person can seemingly go out and buy a gun. And that seems like a bad idea. And I think you know it's a bad idea. And I think you're the amount of random people getting shot, or school shootings and stuff like that, or mass shootings in general, should kind of prove that it's a bad idea. But then again, police generally in every country have guns, and y'all's police are also very good at shooting random people. But that's a different issue. Sort of. You know, but still, I kind of appreciate how chill this dude is. It's it's fine, it's just my arm, it could have been worse, you know, it's fine. We're chilling, don't worry about my health, it's all good. I'm not sure this is the level of chill you should aspire to be, but it's kind of impressive, really. Seniors over 55 years old should not have to pay school taxes. We do not have any children in school. Keep going, pass this on. Because compassion and being part of a bigger picture isn't important. Like, listen, as much as I don't want to come for, like, individuality culture, because generally just kind of encouraging people to do what's most authentic to them and just kind of be themselves and not, like, follow a strict guideline because that's what society thinks is good and it's healthy, but taking it to this extreme of being like, no, but if I don't have kids, I don't want to pay for it. If I don't have a car, I don't want to have to, like, pay taxes that'll be used for roads. If I'm healthy, I don't want to have to pay for healthcare just so other people will use it, because that's kind of not the point. I mean, you either already had kids, and they'll eventually give you grandkids, if they want kids, in which case you will definitely have grandkids in school again and should still be interested, or you could just be a compassionate human and just be like, well, I never wanted children, I don't have children. But, you know, I still think providing kids with, like, good education might be a good idea, you know? But no, you decided to post this. Also, in what world is anyone over 55 a senior? Like, what? Anyways, moving on. A stranger who doesn't speak English breaks into your home. They tell you they're here to stay. They eat your food, go to your doctors, draw money from your bank, enroll in your schools. Then they make demands of Congress. You complain to authorities. You're called a racist. A stranger who doesn't speak Wapano breaks into your home. They tell you they're here to stay. They eat your food, kill your family, commit mass genocide, destroy the very land they stole, erase your language and history. And then they complain about immigrants. Because why? That's the funniest thing, is how many Americans are racist. And tell other people to go back to your country, kind of forgetting that that's maybe the country they were born in, but not their ancestors' country. Like, I'm not saying they should all go back to England, that would be an even worse idea, but how can you be on stolen land and still be racist to other people? It's funny how y'all like forgetting history when it's convenient for you, you know? So, yeah, I'm really glad someone called you out on it. Because why? Why be racist when you can just be quiet? You know? 2 men robbed an 8-year-old selling lemonade on Manhattan's Upper West Side. He planned to donate his earnings to a non-profit that rescues dog. An all-time low on the Upper West Side, little boy's lemonade stand robbed. Why? Like, listen. If you want to rob someone, if you just really need the money or if you get a kick out of it, whatever. But this article was right to describe it at an all-time low. Like, I don't even care if this boy was, like, selling lemonade to have pocket money to buy ice cream with. Or if he was gonna donate it. Robbing a literal child. A literal 8-year-old child. With 2 men. I mean, the kid, apart from the fact that he's obviously very understandably visibly upset and crying, at least it doesn't look like they used force on him, because in that case I would think it's worse, obviously. But why? Why? Literally, go into a store. No, I'm not condoning robbing in general, but listen, if you're gonna rob someone, why would you pick an 8-year-old? I mean, sure, it's easy, but that doesn't mean you should, you know? r/LGBT. So my LGTV won't turn on. Can anyone help? I mean, listen, someone might still be able to help you. But this is a classic example of maybe read. You know? Like, it's stupid, but it's the kind of funny stupid, not painfully stupid, robbing an 8-year-old, just like, funny because you really just didn't read and you were really desperate for anyone to help you, really. And I'm really hoping someone in the comments did eventually help you. You know, be like, hey, wrong subreddit, but have you tried? You know, maybe. It's the kind of funny that could literally happen to me because, you know, I mean, everyone brains, like, does it, that it, like, doesn't fully finish words necessarily because it just kind of builds them together out of context. So it's kind of funny and endearing that you posted this on the wrong subreddit. Yeah. Okay, what's so hard about not having sex if you don't want to get pregnant? If you got pregnant, you don't deserve to have an abortion. Don't tell me about the R word. It's not only rare, but even if it is that, why are we killing the poor baby? Just put it up for adoption. I really wish you were right about it being rare. First of all, I really wish you were right. You're not, but I really wish you were. But even if we assume you're right and they didn't get abused, they just, like, had sex because they wanted to. Why? I mean, A, the whole preaching abstinence only is ridiculous and has never worked. Second of all, why? Why do you feel the need to control what other people do and don't do? Because you can literally be on birth control and use a condom on top of that and still somehow manage to get pregnant. Like, the chances are low, sure, but it has happened. So just kind of being like, no, but just don't do it at all. It seems really weird. Just being like, hey, be safe about it, and you know what, if it goes wrong or if you weren't safe, whatever, you know, being pregnant and carrying out a child is still gonna take a massive toll on your body. So if you're not ready to go through that, or if it's dangerous for your health to go through that, or if you just really don't want to, sure, like, yeah, some people will literally just be like, oh well, this wasn't planned, I will just put it up for adoption. But A, the adoption system is awful as is. So do you really think it's better for a child to be born into a system that doesn't know how to take care of children well, apparently, or be terminated before it's, like, even aware of anything? Do you really think it being born is better, necessarily? Okay, sure. Okay, if your parents approve of your marriage, but your grandparents and uncles didn't, would you still get married? Might as well ask the postman too if I'm taking everyone's opinion. I mean, the postman, unless he's your uncle or, like, other sort of still close family, is different, of course, but generally, I mean, if your entire family hates your partner, I might start to worry. But why? It seems kind of weird to be asking everyone's opinion about your marriage. But like, why are you asking people in the first place? Anyways, so this is one way to take care of the gas leaking out of the pump, apparently, or like someone having spilled it. I'm more worried about the cigarette in this person's hands. You're not supposed to smoke at a gas station, and working at a gas station, I think you should know that. Does this gas station legit just sell cat litter? Because gas stations in Germany don't sell cat litter, I think. I've never seen cat litter in a gas station, at least. Listen, this is not really fixing the problem, but it's also not really making it worse. Why can't the name on this Crayola crayon just be called black? What the hell, Negro? I didn't appreciate explaining this to my second grader yesterday. I think I will start a petition or buy a no-name brand crayon. The crayon in question. Crayola responded, "We are grateful for the opportunity to respond. Crayola offers multiple languages on some products to help children learn. Negro is the appropriate word a Spanish-speaking child would use for the color black. We hope this is helpful." like, you see the other word below that as well, right? Like, I don't know how many, like, languages they have on this, but you can definitely see the noir for the French word for black as well. So, like, what? Why would you just not take a second to think, really? Like, I recognize that the word is spelled the same, you know, as the word you're thinking of, but you can clearly see there are different words below that, so why would you just not take a second to think? And even if you don't know that it could be a different language, why wouldn't you just, like, Google the word and hope for the best, you know? Google is your friend, and Twitter sometimes isn't. Workers in Europe, I will be taking the summer off because I need a little suntan. Workers in America, I will be using one of my 3 paid vacation days to undergo open heart surgery. But even so, all Europeans want to live the American dream. First of all, what American dream? It's dead. Y'all ruined it. Massively. Have you looked at your country? Especially in the last few years. Like, have you actually looked at your country? You know? Like, yeah, sure, it might actually seem worse in the media sometimes because, well, posting all the positive things that are going well or are just kind of neutral, not that funny, not that worth it, you know? Like, catastrophes always spread faster, or like news of said catastrophe and like things going wrong obviously spread faster, but still, with so much shit and happening in country, like, what American dream is that? I'm sorry, no, just no. And second of all, did you think this was a flex to be like, yeah, well, we might not have vacation days, but we're still living better because you don't have sick days? Like, listen, in Europe, if you have to have surgery, you're just getting sick leave on top of your paid vacation. Which is a good system, you know, because, yeah, you don't really choose when you become sick. You don't choose to have an operation, you know? So, did you... what? Well, anyways... A sitting state representative sees a group of buses at the airport and immediately yells, "Illegal invaders!" which is a pretty rude and also, frankly, dangerous way to greet the Gonzaga men's basketball team arriving for March Madness. What? Again, it's ironic that you don't even realize how stupid it is to be racist on stolen that. First of all. Second of all, the white people brought the black people to America and then want to complain about the black people being in America. Like, that alone would be funny. Because it's literally kind of y'all's fault that they're there. Like, yeah, sure, but okay, by now some of them would have immigrated there, but you know, a lot of them have ancestors that you or your ancestors brought to this country, so what? And also, just generally looking at any non-white looking person and be like, no, but they must be here illegally and they probably don't speak English, and why are y'all so stupid? That's just, it's wild. And I know it's not all of you Americans, but the ones that yell the loudest are usually the smartest ones, as we can see from these posts. And it's frustrating, to say the least. And I don't even live in America. Kenyan official, homosexual lions learned it from copying gay tourists. Well, personally, I say hats off to the gay tourists who were willing to do it in front of the lions, because that takes some nerves, you know? Like, what? Just see, like... Because, like, if you see gay tourists, I'm not sure how many African countries are actually, like, chill with queer people, and then alone kind of assuming that the queer people are going around, like, openly showing affection, like holding hands or kissing in public. would already maybe be questionable, but the fact that you think they are copying this behavior from, like, what? How? And then how do you explain, like, gay whales? Did two gay men just randomly go swimming in the ocean and do it during that, and then the whales saw it and then copied it? Like, what are you thinking? Literally, what are you thinking? I think "are you thinking" might be the better question. Congrats to Samira Wiley and Laura Morelli on finally tying the knot. Getting married on the same day as my best friend is absolutely BFF goals. Are there any pictures of what their husbands look like? Now again, I've seen this before. I don't know if you've seen this before, but it's still funny to me because, again, did you read and look at this picture? Like how's this, like, I know that like full on like making out in this picture, because people will have literally looked at pictures of two women kissing and be like, oh my god, you must be so close with your best friend, that's so cute. Like, you know, like, seeing your partner as your best friend, cool, fine, that's cute, that's nice, but this is not it. A weight fell on a lady today at the gym. I almost rushed to help her until I remembered that we need consent, so I left her. I didn't want trouble. Dudes really be like, since I can't actually sexually harass women anymore, I'll just let them die. Or get injured at least, because that's a good solution. Like, listen, if, I don't know, she was bench pressing and the weight drops on her and she can't get it off herself, going to help her, even if you accidentally, like, whatever, touch her anywhere, if you're literally just lifting the weight off, she's not gonna complain about it. You know, that you saved her from being crushed by her weight because, I don't know. Like, also, the fact that you're even thinking this tells me a lot about you, and I'm kind of glad someone else helped this poor lady who had her weight fall on her, and not you, because you're the type of person who wouldn't just, like, accidentally brush her somewhere while actually just trying to pick up the weight. You're the kind of person who would use the chance to, like, purposefully, like, touch her boobs or something while moving the weight off of her, you know? That's the kind of person you seem like. So, yeah, I think it's better that you stayed in your corner and not did anything. Is the Pink Panther a lion? Say that again, but slower. I don't get. He's the Pink Panther. Okay, but is he a lion? Bro capitalized it for you and everything. And I'm really just hoping you're really tired. Or really drunk. Because I think as a child you probably learned about animals and the fact that there are different kinds of animals, and, you know, pretty sure you heard the word panther before and that it's not a lion. I hope, actually. A Missouri police sniper killed a 2-year-old girl, despite the use of force not being justified. He was acquitted on all charges and kept his job. I said it was a different issue. I didn't mean we had to bring up the issue, but what the hell? A 2-year-old. In what world would be shooting a 2-year-old actually be justified? Like, what does a 2-year-old gotta do that's so evil or, like, threatening that you need to use force at all? Let alone shoot the child? What is wrong with you? Listen. There's gun control laws, and then there's either picking your police off as well, or at least training them well, so bullshit like this doesn't happen. My god. My wife had me pick up her order from Jimmy John's. I saw this and cussed that kid out. Got home and the missus said, "Did you pick up my BLT with cheese?" I mean, going in there and asking why the hell they wrote it would have been a quicker and maybe less weird way to go about this. Like, I can kind of see why you would think it says that word, but just ask. Like, do I think he could have probably just, like, phrased this better, or just, like, taken the time to write cheese out, so you'd have, like, you know, but still, this doesn't really justify yelling at a kid. Like, it would have been funny stupid if you just, like, thought it said that, but the fact that you just, like, yelled at some poor kid, probably working that fast job, you know, just trying to earn some extra money on the side, is ridiculous. Did Jon Stewart commit fraud when he sold his penthouse for 17.5 million? NY listed its market value at 1.8 million, at AV around 800k. Who did he defraud? I am shocked. Shocked. What? Are you complaining that he... Listen, it's not fraud if you and the other person agree on a set value for something. Like, if you're like, hey, I want to sell this thing for this much, and the other person's like, okay, sure, I'll buy it for that much. How is that fraud? Do you understand what fraud is? Again, Google is your friend. And once again, Twitter. Is this Twitter? Either way, it really isn't your friend right now. I looked like I'd done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. I tattooed my eyeball blue and purple to copy an influencer, and now I'm going blind. And at no point during this did you or your tattoo artist think, hey, maybe this is a bad idea. No. Like, I love tattoos, and to a certain extent, I kind of understand, like, wanting to copy someone you look up to, but maybe getting the same tattoos in general would be weird. But maybe, like, just when it comes to, like, tattooing eyeballs, you should maybe have drawn a line and just been like, maybe I'm just gonna buy this really cool outfit that they wore that I really liked and just wear that. You know, or get the same hairstyle. Like, do I think it's kind of weird to just, like, copy the person you look up to, like, exactly? Yes, but there's a line that is still, like, cool and acceptable, but this just crossed. It's not only weird that you did this, it's also just really dumb. Suspicious behavior. I saw my next door neighbor drive up to their house, open the garage door from inside the vehicle, and drive in, and the door closed behind them. It was last night around 5:30 p.m. Did anyone else see this? Typically they park in the driveway, but last night they parked in the garage. I have made a report, but want to keep others on the lookout for this type of behavior. It just makes me nervous for this to be happening in my neighborhood. Vehicle 1. Type truck. How bored do you have to be? Get a hobby. Someone parking a car in a garage, which, yeah, I know a lot of people use that garage for, like, storing things or other things, but how is someone parking their car in a garage suspicious? Like, how? First of all, are you literally just standing on your window all day watching the street for suspicious behavior, like someone parking a car or a black person making a phone call while walking their dog or something? Is that the kind of suspicious behavior? Yeah? Okay, anyways. Why? And please get a hobby. Because this does not seem healthy for you either. If you were wondering how dumb Sean Hannity thinks his viewers are, it is this dumb. They want to take away your stove, your refrigerator, your air conditioner, and they want to take away your meat. Literally pulling things out of thin air, aren't you? Okay, sure. I know people like pulling the slippery slope argument, and I kind of feel like that's probably what he's doing. Just be like, well, it always starts small, and then it escalates, bro. Why though? Again, I know people like flocking towards fear and, like, big conspiracies, because if it's honestly basically just fear-mongering, and also, what are you doing? Retired grandmother still owes $180,000 in student debt 40 years after taking out the loan. 43 million Americans? I shouldn't be this surprised by the number. I really shouldn't be surprised by the amount of people, but I kind of am. What is the system? And y'all still want to like argue for the American dream after this? Yeah, I'm not sure the people are still buying into it. I think Americans might be buying into it a lot more than Europeans are, though. I will never get bored of TikTok. This person posting a video, holding the back of the dress with your hands so it tightens is so real. Girl, I only have one arm. What do you mean tighten the dress? I only have one arm. Why would you? Because the funny thing is, we only see the picture of this video. But this person was moving in the video, probably. They weren't just standing there, so you really, like, maybe really didn't see, but they were probably, like, moving and kind of, like, posing in the dress to show it off or something. And it didn't once... This is what surprises me. People, like, immediately running to the comments and posting something weird without, like, even watching the whole video, or... Like, it always surprises me. Because I have never done that, and then it always catches me off guard when people do it, but I know people do it. But still, like, I kind of expect people to learn from other people's stupid mistakes, like posting. I mean, this is not even, like, harmful stupid, this is just kind of funny. But what happens on your iPhone stays on your iPhone. Unpatchable vulnerability in Apple chip leaks secret encryption keys. Fixing newly discovered side channel will likely take a major toll on performance. Isn't there a subreddit called This Aged Like Milk or Aged Like Milk or something like that? Because that's what this is giving. Because yeah, I guess you thought it was safer. Like, of course, when you made this ad, you didn't know you had security issues. But the cocky, like, in hindsight, it just seems really cocky. Like, in the moment, it seemed like great marketing, but like, hey, we value your privacy. Or at least you pretend you do. But then, this really did not age well. Dragon or Fox personas stay winning. Top 15% IQ, and I barely even tried. Destigmatize furry, we're not like you, we're better. Testyouriq.org. Results, your IQ is 86. Your IQ is in the top 85%. In a room of 1,000 people, you would be smarter than 160 of them. Once again, did you just like read the top part and not understand it and didn't even finish reading it? Because latest with the in a room of 1,000 people, you'd be smarter than 160 of them. Should have told you. But you either didn't finish reading it or you... I don't even know. But being this cocky without even reading it properly would just be funny. But I honestly kind of be funnier if you read the whole thing, still misunderstood it, and then were cocky about it. Like, do I legitimately think a lot of furries are actually really kind and honestly probably very smart and intelligent people? Yeah. Will you have, like, people in any group that are smarter and some that are stupider? Sure. And you will probably find people being this cocky in any group as well. So I'm not coming for the furries, but still posting this and just be like, okay, but I'm part of this group of people and it just proves that we're better. It's so funny. It's so funny. It hurts because it's kind of secondhand embarrassment because I didn't do the stupid thing. You did. I have nothing to do with you, but it still kind of hurts, but it's just funny. Why did you not think? Or did you think? That is the question that I'm not sure I want answered in this video, I guess. Anyways. I feel like we cannot take any more of this. Because I don't know if I'm losing brain cells or if my brain just decided to go for a nap, but I feel like I can't think straight anymore. So, you know, I'm gonna leave it here before we all lose our minds completely. I hope you're hydrated. If not, maybe consider drinking, you know. maybe you need a drink after this, not just water. But listen, if you're an adult, I really don't care. Go for it, drink responsibly, and I'll see you guys with my next video in a few days.